Where fishing operations don't always have the luxury of selecting fishing grounds to avoid bycatch, technological solutions and, in some cases, relatively minor gear modifications can be very effective in reducing bycatch. Turtle exclusion devices, TEDs, in the NPF reduce the catch of not only turtles, but also larger sharks and rays by preventing them from entering the cod end of the net and allowing them to escape. This means that the catch landed on the sorting tray has fewer unwanted species and is more efficient and quicker to sort.
Well, the TEDs have been in for about 6-8 years. These are the flaps, very simple, not much to them at all. Basically, anything that comes down through the net will hit the TED and get blown out from the wings. These flappers just lay over, as you can see there, and everything drops out.
Well, TEDs have made a big improvement there. We don't catch all the turtles and sharks anymore like we used to, and plus they don't damage the product where they get caught in the cod ends there. They just thrash around and damage all the stuff there, and you don't have to throw them over the side, put them over the side all the time because they escape. And it's probably it's been a very good invention. We hardly ever see a turtle stingray anymore. And where years ago you drop a shot there, you have 3 or 4 stingrays or turtles on your deck every each shot. You don't get them anymore.
The TED's been a vast improvement, huge improvement actually, and the hopper follows it through. Usually what we get in the hopper on the tray is only the small sharks, half metre at the max. And they actually, once the gear's back in the water, which is in about a minute or 2, we actually lift the lids, spill them into the hopper, and then they're back into their environment.
Longline fisheries now primarily use nylon catch lines, snoods with hooks, rather than using steel traces, and, in some fisheries, steel traces are banned altogether. Nylon lines are less effective at catching sharks in particular because they are more likely to bite through the line. Nylon snoods are also more easily cut to release sharks and rays beside the boat before they come on board. Several fishers that we interviewed also pointed out that using the smallest hook possible that was still effective for the target species reduced the chance of catching larger unwanted catch like large black stingrays, which is a common bycatch species in southern Australia, or it made it easier to remove them from the line.
If you bring a ray to the boat, usually the hook will straighten anyway. The larger rays we never see. The small rays, yes, you could say that we catch maybe half a dozen Melbourne rays at say 600 long. Those fish easy to handle, and we can either de-hook them before the boat or just bring them onto the tray and you can just unhook them by hand and throw them back.
Most fishers now use circle or easy beta hooks. These hooks have a higher rate of hooking catch in the jaw rather than being swallowed, which made their removal easier and have the added benefit of minimising damage to bycatch. Gill nets are often seen as indiscriminate in what they catch. However, research has shown that different sized mesh catches different sized animals. Gill nets in the SESSF are specifically sized to maximise catch of target species over a particular size range, again minimising bycatch.
As far as rays go, because we use a 6-inch mesh, they can't tangle up in it and they tend to bounce off the net. If the net collapses around the ray, it will come up over the bow roller and land on the deck, and it's virtually just a matter of picking it up and throwing it back over the side again, which they come up alive and swim away vigorously.
Several fishers mentioned the importance of how gill nets were set. More tightly set nets reduced the chance of catching larger unwanted species. Allowing a belly to form in the net increases the likelihood of a large shark becoming entangled. Several fishers identified that reducing the duration of gear sets, either longline or gill net, resulted in a better quality catch. This was because target species were more likely to be alive and less likely to be interfered with by other species, including sea lice, which can destroy the marketability of the catch. Here again we see a benefit to bycatch survivability. Reduced duration of gear sets means bycatch will be in a livelier condition when brought to the boat, and thus more likely to survive when released.